of them, bitch!
Yeah.
You can't fucking pay for that!
I thought with the Institute out of the way, things would get easier. It's an honor to meet you.
Come on, let's head into Olivia. Hostiles inside. We'll need to take them out.
Peek of the shot for the scum!
This shouldn't take long.
We showed them. And that's how it's done.
Magnuson here. You should be at Olivia by now. I trust all is well.
Yeah, everything's fine, Doc. We're good to go. So this is where we're building the computer, right? Did you hijack atomic rain?
Yes, that's right. We'll be utilizing Olivia's satellite dish. Before the war, I dispatched the comm hub here for similar reasons. Regrettably, the bombs fell before the hub could be connected. But let us not fixate on past failures. Instead, we should focus on assembling the supercomputer. That is, if your chief is ready.
Let's get this thing built.
Indeed. Let's get started. Mr. Evans, you brought the enhanced ASAM I requested you fabricate, correct?
Oh, yeah. Got it right here.
Good. Now, this may be a tad more complicated than you're accustomed to. Nonetheless, I'll guide you as best as I can. First, take the improved ASAM and position it on a nearby surface. The sensor should then scan the vicinity for equipment and materials we can utilize.
This sure brings back memories. Here, catch. Seems only right you should be the one to do the honors.
I'd appreciate if you didn't toss around the delicate equipment.
Oh, go ahead. Put the ASAM down on that desk there. Seems the best place for it. When you're ready, just place the ASAM on that desk.
Now, pay close attention, adhere to my instructions, and we'll have this supercomputer built in no time at all.
Hold on. Can't quite get this corded. Ah, there. One satellite controlling supercomputer made to order. I think we're done. Whew. That was definitely more complicated than using a regular ASAM. But still, surprisingly simple. Madison sure came up with something special when he invented ASAMs. They really do allow you to build some miraculous things.
I'm glad he's on our side.
speaking of, we were meant to contact the doctor when we were done working on the computer. He said there's still one thing left to do. But before that, I was wondering if we could take a moment to talk.
Sure. Tell me what's on your mind.
Well, it kind of feels we're coming to the end of things. Don't you think? Once we turn this computer on, one way or another, the war's gonna soon be over. I suppose I was just thinking, knowing what you know now, if you had the chance to go back to when we first met, would you do it all again? You know, ASAMs, Selmans, taking on the Gunners, forming our own group. Putting up with Aiden. Knowing how hard it's been. Would you still choose to do it all?
I wouldn't have it any other way.
I suppose that's why you're the one in charge. If only we could all have your level of self-assurance. But you know what? Asking myself the same question, I think I would do it all again. And not just because of Laura, but because I've realized the hard times, they're what reveals the kind of person you really are. And if it turns out you don't like what you're seeing in the mirror, well, now you've got a chance to change that.
The ability to change and adapt is a fundamental part of being human.
Yeah, I think so too. I came to the Commonwealth to find my kid, but I ended up finding a heck of a lot more. I found good people, a group that I care about, a cause worth fighting for. And I found myself. All because of the hard times. And also, I found someone to love, too. So, yeah. Yeah, I think I would do it all again. Sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there, didn't I? But I meant every word of it. Anyway, let's get back to the matter at hand, shall we?
Thanks for sharing that with me.
All right. Time to let Magnuson know what we're up to. That radio on the desk there should be linked to the doc's comm frequency. Use it to let him know we're ready to continue.
You finished assembling the supercomputer, yes? But a few more steps, and atomic rain will be under our command, and the Gunners will bother you no more. You again.
Everything is
You
in
finished
place.
assembling the
It's
supercomputer,
ready to go
yes?
when we are.
But a few more steps, and atomic rain will be under our command, and the Gunners will bother you no more.
Everything is in place. It's ready to go when we are.
Excellent. There's only one thing left to do. The supercomputer must be linked to the comm hub, or array, as you now call it.
That might be a problem, Doc. You see, the comm array ain't exactly as portable as it used to be. I'm not sure we could get it here.
I know that. Did you think the use of an ASAM sensor in building the supercomputer was solely for ease of construction?
Of course not.
Physical relocation of the array will not be necessary. The supercomputer's integrated ASAM will enable remote connection.
Oh, of course. Right. Why didn't I think of that?
Once the array is linked, I'll be able to broadcast Atomic Rain's access codes from my lab to the comm array. The codes will then be decrypted by the supercomputer before being relayed via Olivia's transmitter to the Atomic Rain satellites themselves. And then we'll finally have access to Atomic Rain's nuclear arsenal.
Can you tell me more about this technology?
The Atomic Rain program was a project of mine, before Celine, when I still held the misconception that a nuclear holocaust could be averted. I'd wager the only satellites still functioning are the ones I built and sent to orbit myself. The project was an unmitigated disaster.
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Very well. I shall initiate the link-up procedure. First, I'll establish a direct radio connection between my lab's mainframe and the comm array. There we are. Next, linking the array to the supercomputer. And it is done. Verifying connection stability and... Hello? What is this?
I know that sound.
That noise. We shouldn't be hearing that. It's the ASAM boot-up frequency. It's a dummy broadcast, used only during initialization. It calculates the position of all ASAMs and any connected radio... signals. Oh no. The comm array! Have you made any modifications to it recently? Answer me!
No. I mean, when we found the hub, we made some repairs, swapped out a few components. Then we rebuilt it into the comm array. Maybe installed an upgrade or two, but nothing recent, nothing you don't already know about.
Software! Have you installed any new software?
No, nothing. The only thing recently was a holotape recording from the gunners, but I checked it. It was clean. It was just a recording.
A recording alone wouldn't trigger this kind of behavior. Unless... the parts used to repair the comm hub. Where did they come from?
The Commonwealth Regional Headquarters for... Vault-Tec. They had this basement there, and, it was full of...
Vault-Tec! Of course! You used parts from their comm hub facsimile, didn't you? That explains how they did it.
Tell me what's going on.
The comm array. It's been bugged by the gunners. They've likely been monitoring our conversations ever since you inserted that holotape.
How'd they do that?
I suspect the Vault-Tec hub parts you salvaged for repairs introduced a security flaw to the comm array. And that holotape from the gunners contained the activation command to exploit that flaw.
But I checked the holotape. There was only a recording on it. No programs or activation commands, nothing.
The command would have likely been a basic series of melodic tones or high-pitched pulses. Vault-Tec always did prefer low-tech solutions.
Are you in danger?
That is a distinct possibility. I just connected my laboratory's mainframe to the bugged comm array. If the gunners are even half awake, they'll have traced my radio signal by now, pinpointing my exact location. I may be in considerable danger.
Okay, that's not good. But maybe the gunners weren't paying attention. You could still intercept their communications, right? Find out what they know?
Yes, I'm already working on it. Stand by. I'm patching us in.
To Alpha Golf. Ready, con... Notify Captain Lamont. Magnuson's position has been... Final engram tape location confirmed. Case Quincy. Repeat. Quincy. Troops ready to...
Blast it all! The gunners, Vault-Tec, they've discovered my whereabouts. They know I'm in Quincy, and they know I possess the last engram tape. I don't know how they found out, but they know I have it, and they're coming to take it. You must help me.
Why didn't you tell us before?
Perhaps I should have told you, but it wouldn't have made a difference. Besides maybe hastening the gunner's arrival. Understand, it wasn't a lack of trust in you, but instead the crucial need to keep the engram tape's location hidden.
Of course I'll help you.
Dr. Magnuson, transmit the atomic rain launch codes, and we could hit the gunners before...
Don't you understand? It's too late for that. I'd bet 8 of my 12 PhDs they're listening to this very conversation. I can't risk transmission. Even if we use atomic rain to destroy the gunners, by transmitting the access codes, we'd just be handing them over to Vault-Tec. And with those codes, they're more than capable of commandeering atomic rain for themselves. And they'd use those satellites to destroy us out of pure spite.
Then, what do we do? How do we stop them?
I say we attack.
Hey, but that's what we're already trying to do.
Listen, we can't use atomic rain. But you also cannot allow the gunners to get their hands on the last Ingram tape. If they deliver it to their employer, the entire sum of my knowledge would be at their disposal, and that includes the atomic rain launch codes. For the sake of me, yourself, the Commonwealth, and dare I say the entirety of mankind, you must stop them.
No pressure, huh?
Okay, let's get to work.
I have a plan, but our line of communication is no longer secure. Return to your headquarters, and I will find a way to instruct you further. Magnuson, out!
Come on, let's head back to HQ.
Yes, yes. regarding bathroom amenities.
Huh?
The facilities department is glad to report that we now
Hey
have
there.
a fully functioning bathroom.
Oh, hey, Chief. All the department heads are in a meeting. Seemed important. They're probably waiting for you.
Where do you think they keep coming from? And I certainly hope things stay that.
Yes?
From Europe?
Good. You've arrived.
We know what's going on. Magnuson made contact. Well, kinda made contact. The good thing, too. We're already seeing gunners moving on Quincy.
Contact. How?
Dr. Magnuson transmitted some kind of signal which caused the comm array to explode. A rather crude message, but it certainly grabbed our attention.
Oh no, not again.
All right, I may have exaggerated for effect, but the transmission did blow out several of the array's components.
It forced us offline. But after some emergency repairs and workarounds, we got most things running again. And then this message started playing.
I must apologize for broadcasting this data burst. It's at the very limit of what the comm array's hardware can process. As such, receiving this message will damage the array. But it is vital that you obtain the data I am sending. It may take some time for our communications to be re-established, but until then, you must begin an offensive on the settlement of Quincy right away. I am housed in a lab beneath the surface of this town, and now that the gunners know I'm here, it won't take long for them to reach me. You must not let this happen. You cannot allow them to take the Ingram tape. Now, listen. I formulated a plan for your offensive. First, you'll need to...
This next part, we had a little trouble decrypting. Probably because of the damage to the array. Some of the message is missing.
What do we need to do to fix this?
We have all the required materials to mend the array. It'll just take some time.
So you know about Vault Tech?
Yeah, we know. Every time Magnuson contacted you, we heard it through the array, so we know everything.
And it was fortunate we did. It let us begin prepping the moment we noticed things were going down the shitter.
Let's hear it.
This data must be downloaded to the holotape you recovered from Vault 111 before you attack Quincy. The plan will not work without it. I regret not always being forthright with you. But I am now prepared to confide in you fully, to reveal all. Defeat the gunners, secure the Ingram tape, and I'll reward you with everything I have the capability to offer. And if for reasons beyond my control, we do not speak again, know that outside of a few minor annoyances, it has been a pleasure. Magnuson out.
Is that all?
That's it. That's everything we were able to retrieve. We tried contacting the doctor, but the array, it's still badly damaged.
What's this data the doc was talking about?
Oh, yes. The message included some kind of computer code. We downloaded it to the holotape as instructed.
Despite the gap in the message, the code we received seems whole and perfectly viable.
But we have no idea what it is or what it's for.
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll work.
Right. The doc wouldn't have sent us something if it weren't important.
Regrettably, due to the corrupted message, there's no way to know Dr. Magnuson's plans for assaulting Quincy.
So instead, we put together a plan of our own. Only, with such short notice, we're probably gonna need some outside help to pull it off.
We'll be calling on every friend we've made out there, but I think we have enough support to do this.
You've got my attention.
As I understand it, this engram tape is the gunner's endgame. Once they have it, they win, and we lose.
So obviously we need to secure Quincy, and find Magnuson's lab as fast as possible.
The reports indicate gunners have already overrun the town, and we can expect a lot more on the way.
Let's hear this plan of yours.
The strategy we've devised, first, aims to reduce the number of gunners currently occupying Quincy, and then, to mitigate the eventual retaliation. To start, we deploy a strike team to attack Quincy from the north. We make it seem like this is our main offensive, but in reality, it's merely a diversion. With the strike team preoccupying the gunners, a second team will cut a path from the HQ to Quincy's main entrance.
That'll be the defense team. They'll stop any gunners from reaching the HQ, and secure the route to Quincy, ensuring a steady flow of our troops can enter. After that, our focus shifts to eliminating any gunners remaining in Quincy, and finding Magnuson's lab before any more show up.
What about that second part of this plan? You said something about mitigation.
Mitigating the gunners' ability to fight back is partially what the defense team will be doing. But there are more avenues we can pursue.
Like what?
Well, this is where that outside help I mentioned comes into play. We ain't got the capacity to do everything ourselves. Well, we do, but we'd make a real sloppy job of things if we tried. But if we had enough people backing us up...
Then we'd be able to delegate additional roles to support the assault, such as making use of dedicated technicians to disable or even sabotage some of the gunners' technology. Not to mention the possibility of artillery. Range attacks on incoming gunners would thin their numbers, reducing reinforcements.
Additionally, we discussed the use of infiltration, a team of specialists who can unlock doors, hack terminals, allowing for easier passage. Air support was also considered. In situations like this, having someone friendly in the sky would certainly help.
And last, but definitely not least, having reliable mission support would greatly improve our odds. After all, effective coordination is the key to success.
But, like I said, we ain't got the capacity to do a good job of all those things ourselves. We need help.
Makes sense.
Thankfully, since the gunners first invaded, we've kept in close contact with our allies. And they've already agreed to help us however they can.
Thanks to your efforts, we have enough allies for every role, so you'll have to decide which group is best suited to each task.
From the strike team to mission support, each task requires singular focus. So ideally, that means one group assigned to each role. Otherwise, performance is gonna suffer. Not to mention, some of our allies may lack the manpower to handle more than one thing. So, just try to avoid any double dipping, okay?
Let's get started then.
We made contact with our allies before you arrived. They'll be sending representatives. I imagine they'll be arriving here soon.
Until then, the HQ's on temporary lockdown.
After the meeting, take some time to prep yourself. Maybe gather any gear you'll need for the assault. You might even be able to sneak in a nap if you need it. Once you're ready, just take your seat at the table. And as soon as our allies get here, I'll send them up to the meeting room.
All right, everyone. We can do this. I got faith in each and every one of you. Even Aiden. Let's do this. For the Commonwealth. And for everyone else as well.
Sickle's tummy hurt.
Hey, Chief. It's time. Everyone who's gonna show has arrived.
Quite the collection. We might just pull this off.
Everyone here has agreed to assist with the battle. Although, some with a caveat or two.
The Nightingales are here to help, but will decline any role that requires excessive bloodshed. We are, after all, physicians, not soldiers.
NLTC won't be doing anything direct, but it's why I'm here. They're offering to subcontract my company to you. Hell, my boys and I are always up for a good war. It's gonna run you 10,000 caps, though. The princess authorized a discount, too. Lucky you.
Fine. Here's your caps.
Well, with all that out of the way, let's get to it, shall we?
Everyone who's gonna show is here. We're ready to do this.
Is everyone here?
Well, there's us, and those who have joined our group.
Also Desdemona and Ajax, to speak for the Railroad.
And of course, Preston and Lil Jeremy here, to back their general on behalf of the Minutemen.
Naturally, Fiona is here to stand for the Nightingales.
Oh, and how could we forget young Simon, our reliable local CPD officer?
There's Miss Proudmore of the NLTC, escorted by Allison. And that's everyone.
I have full confidence in everyone's abilities here.
I'm sure everyone already knows that. After all, you're the reason they're here.
There's no need for further discussion. Everyone here knows the plan, and what's at stake. It's time to decide each group's role in the assault. Remember, not every group is well suited to each task, and some groups lack the size to accept more than one role. So choose wisely. All right. First up, who here should lead our strike team? Very well. From what we have available, I'll pick who I think would do a decent job for each role.
With everyone aware of their duties, before leaving, I'll ensure they have all that's needed to perform their roles as effectively as possible.
Say, now that we got a strike team picked, we're gonna need to get things prepped for him. I think we'll need your help on this one, Chief. Me, Aiden, and Sal will wait outside. Come find us as soon as you're ready.
In the meantime, the rest of us will continue repairing the comm array, recovering more of Magnuson's message, and attempting to re-establish contact with the doctor.
All right then. We all know what we're doing. Good luck, everyone.
Never thought I'd have a chance to change things, but here I am.
Yes. Calling any available science department personnel. Report to the cafeteria. To pick up some old tech they found.
Yeah?
So, what's our situation?
I think it's safe to assume each team is busy making preparations for the attack. Well, apart from the infiltration team. They left for Quincy a few minutes ago.
Speaking of preparation, we still need to secure locations for the strike team's diversion.
I've been thinking about that. There's an old military checkpoint just down the road from Quincy. Last I heard, it was under gunner control. If we took it, not only would it draw the gunner's attention, but it offers an ideal launching point for the strike team.
What do you say, Chief? Ready to lead some troops to secure the checkpoint?
I'm ready as I'll ever be.
The military checkpoint's a solid option, but we still require a secondary location to observe the gunners' response to the strike team's efforts.
What about Hyde Park? If you don't mind getting your boots a little wet, it'll give us a good vantage point, and it's got some decent cover.
And that's what we'll do. Chief, you'll need to lead a squad to capture the South Boston military checkpoint, and then double back to secure Hyde Park before returning to HQ. Once you've done that, we can begin the assault on Quincy.
Oh, is that all? Need anything else while I'm at it?
Yeah, you can ditch the attitude. I swear, sometimes you're as bad as Aiden.
We've set up a command table that you can use to organize the troops.
While you're busy out in the field, we'll get everything ready here. Good luck, Chief.
What just happened?
Yes?
Are you the one building these settlements? I heard you keep your people safe.
What the?
Nothing there now. Shit! Lost him!
This is an emergency message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers.
stock in the Minutemen these days, after Quincy.
South Boston checkpoint is under our control. Leave behind a detachment of troops and proceed to Hyde Park. Over and out.
This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house.
this time. We got trouble! They're all over me!
Find him!
What just happened?
What's that noise?
With Hyde Park secured, we can monitor the strike team and receive live reports on their progress. Return to headquarters. It's time to take Quincy.
bathroom amenities.
It's done.
Nice work securing those locations. The strike teams arrived at the checkpoint, and the defense team is primed to move out. Are you ready for us to begin?
I'd like a progress report.
Our latest dispatch indicates the strike team is readying their diversionary action. Whether their plan will work remains to be seen.
The others?
Those assigned to tech support are standing by. They'll follow behind the defense team with our first wave of troops. The artillery team is stationed at an outpost. We'll relay with them whenever there's inbound gunner backup that need taken care of. Rest assured, our numbers are more than adequate for a successful operation.
Do we have enough troops for the assault?
Rest assured, our numbers are more than adequate for a successful operation.
Get the troops ready for the attack.
Understood. Making the call. Strike team, this is HQ. You have a go. Time to give the gunners their wake-up call.
Not exactly subtle.
It won't be long now. Assuming they take the bait.
This is Hyde Park Lookout. Gunners on the move. Repeat, gunners are on the move. Multiple squads exiting Quincy.
Ha! Got him! Hook, line, and sinker.
Salvador to strike team. Gunners inbound. Good luck.
You seem pretty convinced this will work.
What I think is irrelevant. But there are times when it is necessary to give the appearance of confidence.
Hyde Park Lookout to HQ. Gunner forces approaching checkpoint. They've engaged the strike team. Multiple hostile targets neutralized. Visual on friendly casualties, but no fatalities. And it looks like... Confirmed. Gunners are in full-blown retreat, falling back to Quincy. The strike team inflicted heavy losses.
There will be fewer gunners in Quincy to worry about now. All in all, the mission was a success. This was a promising start to our assault. Let's pray the rest follow suit. Defense team, you're to proceed to Quincy. Remember, you're to clear and secure the route. All right, prepare to move.
Wait.